Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life, and where we answer the question, what does food mean to you? Share your response to that question, what does food mean to you, in a 50-word or less social media post, or a 60-second or less audio soundbite. Hashtag it the Maria Liberati Show and share it on social media. If your soundbite or social media post is selected for an upcoming podcast segment, you'll get a copy of one of my books from the Basic Art of Italian Cooking series as a special thank you. I love sharing my segments with my listeners. For this holiday segment, the last segment of the year 2020, I wanted to read from my culinary memoir book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, Holidays and Special Occasions. It's the book that I'm probably most proud of. It won the Gourmand World Cookbook Awards in 2010, and it's become somewhat of a holiday tradition around the world. It's sold all over the world, and you can find it on Amazon.com. You can also find it at marialiberati.com. This chapter is called Capodanno, which in Italian means like the top of the year, and it's an expression used for New Year's. Despite the disappointment of being snowed in Avezzano, we were among family, and Abruzzo is my home across the city. Avezzano is a city in Abruzzo. My family has a lot of history in the region. It's where my great-grandfather set up our vineyard. Families are the flesh and blood of home, so even though I grew up across the Atlantic, Abruzzo is the home of my imagination that I discovered and found a place in, even if only in fragments at a time. It was a quiet, cold day, despite the open, pale blue sky. Clouds made slow, casual passage across the sky, casting a brief shadow here and there over the town of Avezzano. As the roads had turned to snowdrift and many of the shops were closed in celebration of New Year's Eve or San Silvestro, St. Sylvester's Day, we were hard-pressed to find the ingredients for a proper Italian feast. Luckily, we found enough small shops to scrape some great ingredients together for a full 7-course Italian meal for 25 people. It was snowing across the countryside, but inside, particularly in the kitchen, we were sheltered from the cold, and there was a warm glow of activity and community. The smells were rising from pans, glasses were being filled and refilled, and the Vienna Symphony was playing for Europe on RAI, Italy's national TV station. After hours of cooking, the courses finally started rolling out. Our first course consisted of spaghetti tossed with fresh shrimp and calamari in aglio e olio, that's garlic and oil, topped with fresh parsley. The following courses consisted of zuppa di lenticchie, that's lentil soup, cotechino, which is a type of ham, fresh baked salmon, frittata, Swiss chard, and fresh mozzarella. Each course was served with vino novello, which is a new wine. It's a wine that's produced about this time of the year. It's called novello, or new, because it has a shorter maturation process. For dessert, we enjoyed a Monte Bianco. We also had one of Abruzzo's specialties, artisanal chocolate Torrone, made from 80% cocoa and locally grown hazelnuts. Our fruit course included fresh apples and grapes. In Italy, you must eat at least 12 grapes on New Year's to ensure a lucky year ahead. To bring in the new year, Bracchetto d'Acqui was served. It is a sparkling red wine that's delicate and with just a hint of sweetness, a perfect after-dinner wine that washes the palate while getting you ready for the champagne to come in a few hours. By the time the feast was finished, we were all filled to the brim with food and drink. It turned out to be incredibly peaceful and homey. We enjoyed being with friends and family as we watched the clocks count down across the world, heading ever west towards us. Finally, as the hour struck, church bells rang across the mountain from all the towns and fireworks lit up the sky. There was shouting and champagne, smiles and kisses between everyone, and I was glad that we were snowed in. I was glad to have this close, cloistered celebration among people I cared for in a place that I love. And here's a tip from Maria's Kitchen. Keep the evening festive and serve a bubbly wine like Prosecco from the Veneto region with dinner and or appetizers. Dry and white, Prosecco makes an excellent choice to set an upbeat mood for this special evening. I wanted to also share some recipes for this special holiday from my book and also from my blog at marialiberati.com. So, as tradition goes, eating lentil soup around the beginning of the year assures prosperity in the new year. If you really want to seal in the prosperity, enjoy a bowl of lentil soup before your New Year's Eve meal, and at the stroke of midnight, eat 12 grapes. So, here's my recipe for lentil soup. 2 cups of dry lentils soaked overnight in 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 garlic cloves, a slice of fresh onions, 1 can of finely chopped tomatoes, 2 whole carrots, a whole celery stick, pinch of salt, 4 slices of crusty bread broiled with drizzled olive oil. So you're going to saute the olive oil, garlic, and onion in a soup pot. And when just about golden, when the garlic and the onions are just about golden, add in the tomatoes. Then you're going to add in the lentils with the water that is remaining from soaking them, the whole carrots and celery. Cover and stir every so often. Cook until the liquid is just about evaporated and the lentils are tender. If the lentils have not finished cooking and the liquid evaporates, add in just a little bit of water, not too much because you don't want a watery soup. You still want to have that flavor to it, but just add a little bit of water. But lentils cook really quickly, so you shouldn't have to add too much water. You're going to arrange 2 slices of the crostini bread in each soup dish. So what you're going to do is, with those 4 slices of crusty bread, you're going to put them in your broiler until they're crusty and golden on top. Then you're going to put each slice at the bottom of a soup dish, drizzle with some extra virgin olive oil, and then you're going to ladle the soup on top of the crusty bread. And you can drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top of that. Enjoy that. An old Italian tradition is to eat 12 pomegranate seeds, 1 for every month of the year, at the stroke of midnight to bring good luck for the new year. Be sure to have plenty of these red beauties at your table. They're really healthy for you also. Here's how to choose them. Select pomegranates that have shiny skin and no cracks. It should feel heavy in your hand. The top should yield slightly when pressed down. You can store them in a cool place for up to 2 months. This is how to cut a pomegranate. I know lots of people are afraid to buy them or serve them because they don't have a clue what to do with them. But here's how to cut them. When almost ready to serve, cut the pomegranate in half. Place the halves under cold water in a large bowl. While holding under water, use your fingers to take out the seeds. The seeds will inevitably sink to the bottom and the skin will rise to the top and can be discarded. Seeds can stay refrigerated for up to 3 days in advance. Here are some other ways to use the color of this fruit to brighten up and flavor your holiday table. You can use them for a quick appetizer plate. Arrange flaked Parmigiano Reggiano cheese along with slices of your favorite hard cheese on a wooden cheese board and sprinkle with pomegranate seeds. They also make a colorful addition to spinach salads or mixed greens with a sprinkle of these pomegranate seeds. And also for a leftover sandwich, mix leftover turkey or chicken with pomegranate seeds, chopped walnuts, and a drizzle of olive oil for a really delicious panini. You can even use the vegan turkey or chicken and mix it with the pomegranate seeds also. And one of my favorite things to do with pomegranate is to make this pomegranate aperitif. So you're going to take a 1/4 cup of spring distilled or purified drinking water, 1/4 cup of sugar, a pinch of powdered ginger, 1 cup of unsweetened pomegranate juice, 2 tablespoons of crushed ice, a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. Place water, sugar, and pinch of ginger in a pan. Let that come to a boil. Then remove from the heat and set aside. Place the pomegranate juice, ice, lemon juice, and cooled syrup in a blender. Blend for 2 minutes. Serve immediately and sprinkle some pomegranate seeds in the aperitif when you serve it. Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show, and thank you for a year of listening to all my listeners out there. And here's hoping that your new year of 2021 will be happy, healthy, and prosperous. And I'd also like to thank all of my guests for 2020 for making this such a great year. It was certainly fun sharing my podcast segments with you. And here's looking forward to a great 2021. We have some really interesting guests that we're lining up now and some interesting segments. And also special thanks to my producer for making this all happen, Britton Roselle. Thanks so much, Britton. And don't forget, you can find me on Twitter at Maria Liberati, that's with a capital M, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on LinkedIn at M Liberati, and my website, marialiberati.com, where my blog is also. And you can also find my book series, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, my website at marialiberati.com, and anywhere you can find books, you'll find my book series. Of course, as I mentioned, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, Holidays and Special Occasions, is sold throughout the world, and it's become a tradition all over the world for the holidays. So check that out. Or you can find some portions of it on my blog and more information on it, and you can get it at my blog and my website, marialiberati.com. This is Maria Liberati signing off for the last show of 2020, and looking forward to sharing my shows with you in 2021 of the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life, but we also answer the question, what does food mean to you? And don't forget to share your holiday table pictures with us and hashtag them the Maria Liberati Show. Again, if we select your photos to share on my website or any of your posts, if you hashtag them the Maria Liberati Show, you may be selected to get a copy of one of the books from my book series, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking. We have a lot of winners, actually all over the world, that have been getting some books from my book series and wonderful food products from the Pastine Company and Molino Denti. Stay tuned also for more great prizes as well as great podcast segments in 2021. This is Maria Liberati wishing you a happy new year, buon anno for 2021, and peace, love, and pasta. Till next time.